Hi everyone, today I'm talking about hot chocolates and ceremonial cacao and the difference between the two, and then how to gift that for Christmas to your family and friends. So ceremonial cacao is just the beans that have been roasted still with the fat, one ingredient, so it's a whole food. It's packed with nutrition and actually keeping the cacao fat in there. It means that we're absorbing the nutrients a lot better. So it's great for, as an antidepressant, for instance. It helps with hormones and serotonin and all of those sorts of things. When we're thinking about raw cocoa powder, it is processed, the fat is removed, and it goes through quite a few steps in the manufacturing process to convert it from a bean to a powder. And normally when we're buying them off the shelf, they've been mixed with sugar and a few other things to preserve shelf life. So today I'm going to go through two different recipes for you. One is for ceremonial cacao, and I'll even go through a ceremony option for you. And then the other one is about making hot chocolate for kids, because I don't know about you, but my kids aren't going to have 100% cacao, but they'll quite happily have the one that's loaded up with the extra sugar for fun. So when thinking about ceremonial cacao and then giving that as a gift, it's really important to think about the vessel that you're going to be drinking it in. So this time of year, it's great to look for really pretty cups. This one actually came from T2, so yes, I can use it for tea, but it's got a nice thick lip as well. It's got a little lid to keep it warm. And when you're making ceremonial cacao, it's important to think about the size cup that you're going to be having it in. So if you're making it for a group or a couple of people, by all means, you'd be making more. But if it's just for one person, you use the cup as a measure. So half of it would be with water, the other half would be filled with your preferred milk. The ceremonial cacao that I've got actually comes in little hearts. So if you can see that there, and you can see in there is a little bit of discoloration, and again, that's the fat. So if you were to be purchasing ceremonial cacao as a paste, that's an option, or you can get it in a block and you can grate it up and slice it, and you'll see the ribbons of the cacao butter or the fat in there, and that's what you want to help, a bit like a bullet coffee, just to help get all of those nutrients. So what I would find in this cup, I'll have 1 to 2 hearts, so I'll pop that in there. Now to make this, you can either add boiling water in there to melt down the cacao, or you could do this over the stove top as well. So on the stove, I'd be putting it in with some water, some milk. I might even add in a little bit more, might add in some coconut oil as well. And I will add in maybe a little pinch of cayenne pepper, maybe cinnamon, or I might put in a drop of lemon or peppermint, depending on what I'm feeling for. So coming up to Christmas, the peppermint will be great because it's nice and refreshed, and it's a lot like candy canes. So once all of that's melted down and blended together, what you would do is use either a stick blender or even a milk frother and just mix that together. So the fat and the cacao will separate. So by blitzing it up, you're mixing that all in together, and then it's time to start the ceremony. So from a ceremony perspective, what you want to do is clear a space. So if you're doing it with your family, you might clear up the living room, or you might even sit outside to do it as well, so you've got a nice clear space. And then the first thing that you will do is sit either in your chair or on the ground with your feet firmly planted, and you'll get your mug and you'll hold it to your chest, and you'll take a few deep breaths. So what you'll do, close your eyes, breathe in for 5, hold for 5, and then breathe out. And you'll do that 3 times. So this starts to get your body ready for the procedure of the ceremony. So you're getting yourself into a relaxation, and this is a time that you're dedicating 10 minutes just to this. So the rest of your life gets to go on hold for 10 minutes. You're taking in a few deep breaths, and then you'll bring it up to your nose, and you'll have a nice big breath to actually smell the cacao that you've made as well. So even now in here, I can just smell it, and it smells amazing. And then it's time to think about some things that you're grateful for. So if you're thinking about 3 things, that's great. If you're thinking of 20, that's fine. If you're struggling to think of something, start with something basic like, I'm grateful to be alive today. And then you can start working on more things. If you're really lucky, you'll have lots of things and you'll be able to pile them off, but we all have days that we're struggling a little bit to find those moments to be grateful for, or coming together with your family or your friends to share a cup of cacao. That's something to be grateful for too, or even just taking the 10 minutes for yourself. The next thing that you want to do is set an intention for the day. So it may be something simple like I need to drink more water, I need to be more hydrated. So my intention for today, I'm going to have 5 glasses of water. Or it could be if you're feeling a bit anxious, particularly with holidays coming up, and a lot of people have a lot of stress and pressure that you put on yourself, and also from family. Sometimes even seeing family can be a bit stressful. So just thinking your intention could be something like, today I will take time out to take some deep breaths when I need to. So that becomes your intention. And then you can just sit in that for a little minute and feel your intention and practice your breathing in deeply, thinking about your gratitude. And then what you can do, some people like to have music, so you might dance around, or you might even journal or write some notes. If you're in a group setting, you can go around the room and everyone can give something that they're grateful for, and then again everyone can give an intention for the day, and you can just sit with it and slowly sip your cacao. And then every time you're sipping it, being mindful about what you can smell, how it feels, all the sensations that you're feeling in your body. You're having a cup of something that's quite nutritional. It's going to nourish your body and your mind, because now you're sitting down having a mindful practice with it as well. And then at the very end, you'll clear your space. So on Spotify, if you've got Spotify, there's plenty of Cacao Ceremony playlists, and you can make yourself a playlist as well, or you can put on a favorite album, some meditation music, something like that. Even maybe some instrumental Christmas songs might be nice at this time of the year. I am going to try to do this with my girls, but this year I'm going to be going with the kids' hot chocolate for them, but for me I'll definitely be doing this one. For the kids' hot chocolate, what I'm doing today, I'm making it with peppermint oil. One of the options that you could have if you don't have peppermint oil on hand would be to crush some candy canes in there. And I've just taken a jar, which I actually just bought from Kmart, and I've decorated a little bit so it's got a little bit of a reindeer look. So I'll be filling this up today, and I'll show you how. Okay, so for the kids' hot chocolate, the first ingredient I'm going to add to my mixing bowl is coconut sugar. So it's lower GI, and it's also a darker color, which I think goes well with the chocolate. And then from here, I'm going to add in 1 drop of peppermint. There it is, just the one. I'm going to mix that around, so that way we don't get a hard, dry lump that's all peppermint and nothing else. And then, so that's about half a cup of sugar. I'll add in half a cup of cocoa powder or cacao powder. So this is just the raw one, it doesn't have any sugar added. There's a few lumps in there, so I'll mix that through thoroughly. If you wanted to add some extra nutrition into this, you could add in a little bit of protein powder, maybe some collagen powder, gelatin even. It smells wonderful. Okay, so I'll now start putting this into my reindeer jar. And then to the jar, I will add in some chocolate chips. So just having a think about the person that you're gifting it for, if they're lactose or gluten, any of those sorts of dietary requirements. And then I'll add in some marshmallows to the top of that as well. Close the lid, be a bit squishy. That's okay. And there he is, hot chocolate.